Welcome to the Thunderdome in Chicago, Illinois for the Week 8 Game of the Week between the Atlanta Swarm and the Chicago Wildcats. Good evening, everyone. I am Mike Daggs. Alongside me in the booth is the Hall of Fame quarterback of the Mexico City Aztecs, Matt Wilson. With us tonight, tracking the live game stats, is the incredible Gerald Smith. We're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Matt, how's it going tonight?
Excellent. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Matt. Man, Atlanta came into the season red hot, winning their first 3 games before stumbling in a loss to Baltimore. Since then, they've gone on to win 3 more straight to get them to 6-1. Chicago stumbled out of the gate, dropping their first 2 games, but then they got things turned around and they won 4 in a row. The streak ended last week in a close loss to St. Louis, but they're looking to get back to their winning ways here at home tonight. A pair of top 10 rushing offenses goes up against a pair of top 10 rushing defenses. Who wins tonight? How do they get it done?
Yeah, Atlanta has to be the favorite coming into tonight's game. They have a very balanced, explosive offense led by Marcus Dunhill and BDG Hollywood. However, Chicago has really started to find themselves. Ash Odom has been a force as well as a strong defense. In order to beat Atlanta, Chicago has to play tough defense and use the rushing game to control the clock. If it's a low-scoring game, the Wildcats have a chance. If it's a shootout, the Storm should win. Which team will execute the better game plan, Mike? There's only one way to find out, and that's on the field.
All right, Matt, let's head down to the field. We'll get this one started. Shane Short has the ball teed up for Atlanta. Davius Reed standing back near his own goal line to receive for Chicago, and we are underway here in Chicago, Illinois. Reed takes it out of the end zone, brings it up all the way to the 23-yard line, and that is where quarterback E.T. King will come out onto the field and lead this offense.
King needs to be efficient tonight and not commit too many turnovers to keep his team in the game.
Did have 2 picks last week in the loss to St. Louis. Also had a pair of touchdowns, Matt. He was 29 of 47, 323 yards, only 62% completion percentage. Looks like we might see the running game getting things going here tonight. And we do indeed see Ash Odom take a handoff, and he is leveled right at the line of scrimmage, brought down by Fox Highwind. A week 2 addition to this team. Here are the impact players on offense for Chicago in his 7th season. Quarterback E.T. King, the running back Ash Odom. Fullback is Mike Improta. Wide receivers are Liam Hammer, Davius Reed, and J.C. Torres. The tight end, Shan Varner. Anthony Cece is the kicker. That pass over the middle, that one is caught and good for a quick Chicago first down. Called in by Davius Reed.
That's the efficient passing Chicago needs out of E.T. King. He just fit that one right between 2 defenders, and Chicago has their first down of the game.
First down and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Ball is handed off to Ash Odom again, trucking through the first defender and powering his way up to the 43-yard line. 2nd down and 3. That will give us an opportunity to look at the defense here for Atlanta. 9th season, Aquantis Shine at linebacker. The defensive linemen are Tim Cleland and Josh Williams. The linebacker, along with Aquantis Shine, is Dylan Rowland. Corners are Jack Napier and Blake Hamrick. The safeties are Moose Papineau, Jay Miraculous, and Aaron Lee. 2nd down and 3. King will throw. Swing route down to Ash Odom. Room to run. Gets the first down and a little bit more. Met by Jack Napier, who wraps him up, brings him down at the 47-yard line. But another first down.
And if I'm attacking Atlanta, I'd want to attack them right up the middle. They only have one highly paid DT and 2 linebackers. So a little bit lighter than most teams, a little bit heavier in the secondary. So running is definitely a great option for them tonight.
King will pass again. Looks like the same play. Swing route to Ash Odom. Ash Odom bowling through the defender, getting up to the 36-yard line, now in Atlanta territory.
Odom right on the money, doing what he has to, getting the ball in his hands, running it, or in the passing game, blowing up people, getting first downs, and here we go, Mike. A nice, long, ball-controlled drive to start off so far.
Just ran over Aaron Lee like he wasn't even there. Lee's no small guy, Matt. 6'2", 220 pounds, 7 seasons in the league, and just got ran over. King swings it down to Ash again. This time, that one's going to go nowhere. Fox Highwind wrapping him up and stopping him for no gain.
Highwind's been the man. That's 2 tackles on this drive against Odom, stopping him for a minimal gain at best.
They keep throwing it to Highwind's side away from Aquana Shine. I wonder if that's by design, trying to keep it away from him, but Highwind's getting it done. Odom runs up the middle this time and gets up to the 29-yard line. Bring up a third down and a manageable 3.
We'll have to see if they go back to Odom. They might, but he's got to be exhausted. He's been involved, I would say, about 80% of this drive.
Either through having it handed off to him or the swing route. I think the only other person that's touched the ball other than E.T. King Nash Odom is Davius Reed. Odom's going to take this one here, gets the first down inside the 20, stiff arms the defender and gets tackled down at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, it took the Odom a good amount of time to get up to speed, but once he did, he was carrying defenders. Let's take a look at this run. Off tackle, look at that. Just tackling him from behind, not the best option.
Ash Odom comes into tonight's game with 161 carries on the season for 786 yards. It's good for almost 5 yards per carry. 6 touchdowns on the ground, added another 203 yards in the passing game, getting used heavily in both tonight. King to throw, checks it down to Odom right on cue, and then tackled right at the line by guess who, Matt Fox, Highwind.
I mean, I wouldn't want to throw it to Shine's direction, but Highwind's definitely making an impact here.
He's getting it done.
Odom getting a rest finally.
We'll see what they do in this situation with Odom on the bench, and there's still 2 backs in the backfield. King will throwing it to the top of the screen. Looks like Mike Improta get the call and gets 4 yards to bring up a third down and 6. And well, we've seen a lot of teams that are using these a little bit more of an investment in the fullback position. Mike Improta drafted 13th overall in the first round.
Yeah, and if your main man Nash Odom's on the bench, then that would be the next guy I'd go to if you want to swing route or run the ball is Improta. But I think Odom's back in the game.
3 receivers split to the bottom of the screen. Odom taking the handoff up the middle, and he's stuffed. And that's why you want to run it away from Aquana Shine. He says, nope, you're done. 4th down and 5.
It wasn't Odom. That might have been the problem. It was the backup number 30.
Oh, well, that would be Enrico Bovino, Matt. You remember the Bovino.
Oh, the Bovino.
Don't you have a Bovino jersey hanging on your wall?
I do. It's a little bit of a secret, but I like me some Bovino.
I let the cat out of the bag, or the bovine out of the bag, as the case might be.
Yeah, the cow out of the bag.
27-yard field goal try from the left hash. Anthony Cece is the kicker. Kick is up, and it is good. Cece now 22 of 22 on the season, Matt. The rookie was picked in the 3rd round, 48th overall. He's kicked 22 times now, and he has never missed. Leads the league in attempts and makes, coming into tonight's game, 21 of 21, as long as 51. Incredible job so far by Mr. Automatic.
What if I told you a rookie kicker would lead the league in attempts and makes?
Well, he does.
Yes. In the next 20 for 20.
Dave Axis to return for the Swarm as they'll get their first shot on offense. Quarterback Marcus Dunhill will get the start at their own 23-yard line. Dunhill, 4 seasons in the league, all of which have been with the Atlanta Swarm. He's thrown the ball 165 completions out of 223 attempts, just shy of 2,000 yards on the season. They'll probably pass that here tonight. 18 touchdowns, 12 picks, 74% completion percentage, Matt. He's got a quarterback rating of 104.1. It's best in the league. Starting out on offense is BDG Hollywood with the handoff, and that one's going to go for no gain, 2nd down and 10.
And these defenses are built very similarly, except Chicago, instead of having a DE-DT combination, they have 2 DTs highly paid. So running up the middle might not be the best idea for the Swarm. They might want to go to the outside.
Dunhill will throw on 2nd down. Nice out route to the top of the screen, hauled in by Siege Falco. Falco used heavily in the offense last week, Matt. 8 receptions for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns, getting a first look in the passing game tonight.
And now this is where Chicago's defense, if they're going to have a chance to beat Atlanta, has to step up here. You got a 3rd and 1. It's likely going to go to Hollywood. Let's see if they stuff them or Atlanta can get this first down and keep the drive going.
8 in the box for the defense, and that's what's going to get it done as they get right into the backfield. It looks like Raymond Jones III. It is indeed the rookie free agent signing in the offseason. Raymond Jones III. He's got 6 sacks on the season, Matt, a whole bunch of tackles for a loss, and another one right there to end the first drive for Atlanta.
And like I said, the interior is the strength of this defense. They ran right at it, and look what happened. They lost yards.
Chris Smith on to punt for the Swarm. Davius Reed back to receive. Nice punt. Goes back to the 34-yard line. My goodness. And he gets his head taken off at the 39. That is where Chicago will take back over on offense after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. We'll be right back. Three 0 the score here in the first quarter. Chicago with the lead and with possession of the ball. Getting started on their second possession of the night. E.T. King under center. King will pass out route to the bottom of the screen. That one is to the tight end, Shan Varner, with catch number 33 on the season. Matt, he's been getting used a whole lot more in the offense this season than he did in seasons past. He comes into the game tonight with 464 yards, a pair of touchdowns, and doing a fantastic job for his team.
Sure, that just warms your heart.
It absolutely warms my heart, man. If there's something that's important on an offense, it's that tight end position. Split backs in the backfield. Where's the tight end? Suspect. 3 receiver set. Ash Odom takes a swing route and lowers his shoulder. Can't quite get there. Gets tackled by Aaron Lee. I thought he had his. I thought that ball was past the line, but they're going to mark it a 3rd and inches.
Man, you had Odom lowering his shoulder, and the DB comes in like a wrecking ball. They hit each other at the same time, and Odom just can't quite get that first down.
Offside I formation on 3rd down and inches. Odom takes a handoff, running off tackle, gets the first down and more, gets just past the 40-yard line. Finally tackled once again by Lee. That was nice.
Odom looked like he was going to take it outside, weaves inside, blows up a man, and gets another 7-8 yards. That was some really smart running by Odom.
I got nervous for him at first, Matt. It looked like he was going to try to go all the way around the outside, and I know how you hate that on a 3rd and inches.
That's why he's one of the best. Made a really, really smart cut there.
4 wide receiver set on 1st down and 10. King to throw. Out route to the bottom. That one once again hauled in by Varner, and he slides his way out of bounds after a gain of 4 yards.
I know it's only 3 points, Mike, but if I were to, come up with a game plan for Chicago, they're executing it to perfection right now. Again, long drives using Odom, not taking any major risks, and the Swarm have a 0 right now, and they have 3. So it'd be nice if they could cap this off with a touchdown if you're a Chicago fan.
King takes the snap in the gun, checks it down to Odom behind the line. Odom's able to get back to the line, but nothing more. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 6.
That looked a little awkward, and Odom at least didn't lose any yards, but it's a 3rd and long. So Chicago's going to have to risk it. They're almost in field goal range. I'd say they need another 2 yards, so let's see what they can do on this play.
Anthony Cece's long on his rookie season. His 51 yards. We're right about at that range right now. King to throw. Hit as he releases and overthrows his target. That one is incomplete. Trying to hit Shan Varner deep, and Varner just couldn't quite get there. I think that ball sailed a little bit on him, Matt, because he was hit.
So now what do you do? What do you do?
Let's see. The ball was at the 35, so this would be about a 52-yarder, 1 yard more than is long, and looks like they have elected to punt here, Matt.
Playing it safe. We don't know what the wind situation is, but it might be kicking into the wind.
Punt is away. Dave Axis will let this one bounce at the 10. That might be a questionable decision as it dies down
That's
at the
a great punt.
4-yard line, 5-yard line. They'll mark it at, and that is where Marcus Dunhill will bring his offense out onto the field to get the next drive started. After this, you're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. And welcome back to Chicago. Still 3-0 in this one late in the first quarter. Atlanta backed up all the way to their own 5-yard line after a nice punt. BDG Hollywood takes the handoff, rumbles up the middle, and gets a gain of 2. Hashtag throw it to the tight end, Matt. Some genius came up with that slogan, and I
have no idea who.
Look at these two guys, Matt. Jamal Wooding for Atlanta and Shan Varner for Chicago. 6th and 2nd in the league, respectively, in receiving yards. Both of them used heavily in these offenses. Wooding was actually 2nd in the league last season. Look at this run by Hollywood, getting up past the 20, gets his team a first down. Matt, Varner is 2nd in the league in receiving yards by a tight end. Do you know who's number 1?
Tiberius Bullvine.
No, Matt, it's not. Come on.
I don't know. I mean,
it's me, Matt. It's me.
Gotta be a typo.
A typo?
I know who I threw the ball to, and it's not to you. It's to K.L. Barrett, Richard Montague, Joe Clark Jr.
Whatever.
Not you.
Whatever. First down and 10 from the 22-yard. Unbelievable. Typo. It probably is. Dunhill under center. Quick pass over the middle. That one is caught and good for a gain of 8. Hauled in by Dave Axis, the rookie first-round pick. He was picked number 14 overall, Matt. He was actually selected, if I'm not mistaken, one pick right after Mike Improta was selected by the Chicago Wildcats. The Atlanta Swarm were on the clock, selected Dave Axis with the catch right there. Also has the kick return duties. Hollywood takes the swing route, showing Ash he can do it too. Tries to spin, and he is wrapped up and tackled at the 36-yard line. First down and 10.
Atlanta's doing a much better job this drive getting Hollywood involved in the right way. That one long run where he spread out the defense and just having some efficient passes so far in this drive.
And Atlanta is on the move. We'll see what they can do after this. Your score after the end of the first quarter, Atlanta 0, Chicago 3. We'll be back after this. Stay with us. And welcome back to the Thunderdome here in Chicago, Illinois. I'm Mike Daggs, joined in the booth by the Hall of Famer Matt Wilson. Gerald Smith with us on stats. 3-0. Chicago has the lead here at home tonight. But Atlanta on the move. Marcus Dunhill under center, 3 receivers set and split backs in the backfield. Dunhill to throw on first down. Hits his target and gets his way up to the 42-yard line. Matt, these two teams have met 4 times in the past. The most recent meeting was here in Chicago. Atlanta lost that game 34-31 to the Wildcats. But look at that stat, Matt. Marcus Dunhill threw 46 of 55, 457 yards and 2 touchdowns and still lost.
Crazy. Comparing it to King, but
wild game. Hollywood takes a handoff for a gain of 1. We're up a 3rd down and 3.
There's those Chicago linebackers, Hendershot and Blaze. They're not to be messed with. It'll be interesting to see what Atlanta decides to do. You're kind of in that no man's land where you can pass or run. I think I'd for the pass.
Well, we got trips formation to the top of the screen. Dunhill will indeed throw. Quick pass over the middle. That one is somehow caught, hauled in up at the 38-yard line, and that will move the chains as Jamal Wooding gets involved with his first catch of the night.
Well, there you go, Mike. Throw it to the tight end, and Dunhill does just that. Throws it way up for the tight end. Look at him actually break the tackle. The guy trying to make a pick. That's some strength right there.
That's right. Wooding caught the ball with one hand and stiff-armed Ryan Yosef to the ground with the other hand. That's what a tight end can bring to the table, Matt. Or to the field, as the case might be. Hollywood takes that one up the middle, and Matt, he's kind of struggled so far tonight. He's got 6 rushing attempts now for 18 yards, and that is all.
Well, when Atlanta packs it in like that, Chicago has the perfect answer, it seems, on defense. When they spread Chicago out, that's when Hollywood's had his longest run. So I'd suggest running out of more spread formations, not this formation.
Just about the entire Chicago defense is in the box on this one.
Yeah.
Hollywood takes a handoff, hit at the line, trying to power his way through, but he's only able to gain a couple. They'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 as we tick down to 9 minutes to go here in the first half.
They ran off tackle, but that safety just parked back there, just stepped up and finished off Hollywood. So those runs just aren't looking good right now. Maybe they'll open up later.
Dunhill will probably have to throw here again. But no, he ends it up to Hollywood, and Hollywood's forcing his way up to the 30-yard line. That'll put an end to the drive, but Shane Short, the 3rd-round pick kicker in this past offseason's draft, will have to come out onto the field for a field goal try, unless are they going to try to go for this, or what are they going to? No, okay, they are indeed going for the field goal try. He's 6 of 6, hasn't been used nearly as much as Anthony Cece. This will only be his 7th kick attempt yet this season, which kind of blew my mind. That's less than 1 per game. As long as 46. This one looks like it's from about 47. Kick is up and good, and it is from 47. That's a new career long for Mr. Short.
Well, he may be short, but it looks like he's got a pretty long leg. Let's take a look at the distance on this kick. It looked like he had no problem nailing it right down the pipe, and yeah, that had a couple more yards on it for sure. If I could have made that from 50 easy.
We'll have to see if he has to do that later on. Now 7 of 7 on the season.
So this is a very low-scoring game, which is what Chicago needed. But now they have to, take advantage of this because Atlanta could break out at any minute.
Atlanta's been doing a great job so far this season, averaging 28.57 points per game, Matt. That's a top 5 average. Chicago averages about 23 points a game, so still plenty more scoring to come from both of these teams. Tie game, 8:06 to go in the first half. Chicago back out onto the field for their next drive. Ash Odom so far with 5 carries for 40 yards, Matt. 8 yards per carry, not too shabby.
Considering how much he's been used, definitely not.
Split backs in the backfield, 2 receivers set. Atlanta showing blitz, and they do indeed blitz. Odom gets up to the blitz and trucks his way through one defender and drags the next all the way up to the 36-yard line. What a run for Ash Odom.
took the trap, good blocking, and then he gets hit. I think he breaks a tackle right here. Oh, and then just look at those legs churning an extra 3 or 4 yards. That's the power back right there for you.
Yeah, poor Aaron Lee, number 20 on the Atlanta Swarm. He's gone for a couple of free rides so far tonight after getting a cold shoulder from Ash Odom. King to throw, swing route. Ash Odom once again, room to run.
Oh,
And the Atlanta defense returning the favor. Jack Napier gives a little bit of a cold shoulder to Ash Odom that time, Matt.
He launched himself into the air. We're watching some old wrestling tapes on that one. Ow.
The spear. 3 receivers, a tight end, and a running back. Matt's favorite formation in football out on the field. King under pressure, and down he goes. Sacked on the play. Brought down by Tim Cleveland, now with 5 sacks on the season.
And King had Odom open at the bottom of the screen. I was waiting for him to dump it down. I think he was trying to, but that pocket collapsed too fast.
That'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. E.T. King in the gun. King to throw, pressure coming. Gets this one away, and that one is caught. Caught in Atlanta territory. Liam Hammer with his first career catch, Matt, and that's what will keep the drive alive, joining the Chicago Wildcats this week.
Well, I clap for him, but I can't. But it's still, congratulations, rookie. Good job.
Clapping the way that only Matt can in his head. Or just kind of pounding on the plastic tray. But hey, you do what you can, Matt. You do what you can with the well, whatever. Same thing. King to throw. Over the middle. That one's caught for another first down up to the 30-yard line. Shan Varner once again getting involved. And Matt, it was interesting when I was getting ready for tonight's game, looking at the stats from Varner this season. Came into tonight with 32 receptions, 464 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Last season, he only had 336 yards on the whole season. He passed that in week 6. So being a whole lot more heavily used in the offense here in week 8. Still tonight's game and a few more to go. That one's picked off. Aaron Lee finally getting some retribution for getting leveled by Ash Odom all night. Takes that one away, and we have our first turnover of the ball game.
That's what happens when you take the tight end out.
I see. I'm trying to tell you, I'm not crazy. Well, at least not in that regards.
King tried to throw a post route, but that was clearly not open, unfortunately. And now Chicago, in scoring position, pretty much has just gave up the ball.
I was trying to go back to Liam Hammer again on that one and couldn't do it. Boo Chisholm gets his first target of the night. The 7-season vet, 6'4", 210 pounds, 24 catches, 487 yards, and 5 touchdowns coming into tonight's ball game on the season. Had 6 catches for 122 yards and a touchdown last week in their win at Seattle.
Here we go. Heavy set against the Chicago D. Let's see if BDG can break one off finally.
Hollywood takes the handoff, and he's got good blocking on that one. Spins and gets up to the 25-yard line. Right on cue, Matt. You asked for a good run. There you go.
Yeah, looked like he got shot out of a cannon on that one. I thought he was going to get tackled behind the line again, but look at nice seal block there by the tight end, I believe, and then the old BGG double spin cycle almost breaking more yards. Chicago has to breathe a sigh of relief. That didn't go.
Buddy Blaze standing there in the middle of your screen. The outside linebacker for the Wildcats. Dunhill sidearms this one down to Siege Falco. He makes the catch and steps out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Now the momentum is just shifting back towards Atlanta's way. Chicago with that nice drive halted by a turnover. And boy, against a good team like Atlanta, those can really, really hurt you when you're trying to, I would say pull at least a minor upset.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams know how to win. You know, Atlanta's on their second 3-game winning streak of the season. Chicago lost last week, but they had a 4-game winning streak. I mean, both of these teams know how to win these ball games. That one caught by Siege Falco again gets the first down and out of bounds at the 37.
Some out route fun for Dunhill and Falco. That's one way to keep your completion percentage up. Is easy out route. The D is definitely not ready for it.
Well, Marcus Dunhill's 100% completions on the night so far, Matt. 8 of 8, 67 yards. Because it passes like those. Dunhill will throw again. Out route to the top of the screen this time. Boo Chisholm for 6. Gets up to the 43-yard line.
This drive looks like they're running the old West Coast 49er style offense. Just out routes, more out routes, and a little bit of running sprinkled in here and there. I think we might even see it here.
Chisholm on the sideline for this one. Offset I formation for the Swarm. Hollywood takes a handoff, gets hit behind the line of scrimmage, and fights to get back up to it. Will be marked for no gain on the play. 10 carries for 34 yards. That is all so far for BDG Hollywood.
Again, they keep running off, and it broke once, but for the most part, it's been neutralized. Chicago's playing way off. I'd look for the out route here.
And instead, Hollywood's going to get another handoff, met right at the line again, and tackled for still no gain. That'll put an end to the drive. Clint Hendershot wraps him up.
Can't say I agree with that play call. You know, I think you gotta, looking at that defense, I'd audible to a quick slant or a quick out and just pick up your first down, but they didn't decide to do that, so back ball goes to Chicago.
2.5 to go here in the first half of action. Punt is away. Davius Reed will take it at the 20-yard line. Steps past one defender, gets up to the 25. 2 minutes, 19 seconds to go in this one. 3-3 tied ball game. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. And welcome back to the Thunderdome in Chicago, Illinois for the Week 8 game of the week. The Atlanta Swarm facing off against the Chicago Wildcats. 3-3, 2 minutes, 19 seconds to go in the first half of action. King in the gun. Looking deep downfield, throws it, and it's picked off. A one-handed interception. Jumping in the air is Moose Papineau. Maddie was signed in Week 7, and that's his first career pick. What a way to get it done.
The Moose is loose. Jumped up and grabbed that pick, and King just shooting himself in the foot. Twice now, his team had a chance to go down the field, at least run some clock, and not give Atlanta this great field position. So now back to the Swarm we go.
Dunhill back under center, hands the ball off to Hollywood. Hollywood spinning past the line of scrimmage, gains only 1. That will be how that'll be it for that play. 2-minute warning coming up. I know what I'm talking about, I swear. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll be back after a short break. You're watching the Simulation Football League in 11 Sports and for the fans. Two minutes to go in the first half. 3-3 your score. Atlanta with the ball at their own 48-yard line. Not far to go to get in field goal range, Matt. You think somebody will take the lead in the half, or are we going to be tied? Gosh, we'll
I have
find out.
no idea.
Dunhill with a short pass over the middle. That one is caught by Dave Axis. It's great analysis, Matt. I have no clue.
I mean, the good news is Hollywood probably won't get a rushing attempt. The bad news for Chicago is Atlanta's passing attack has been very successful and very dangerous.
Yeah, like we talked about in the beginning, Marcus Dunhill with the best quarterback rating in the league at 104.1. Pretty impressive. Dunhill to throw here, swing route to BDG Hollywood, and spins past one defender, two defenders inside the 30, down to the 27. And now they're definitely in field goal range as long as they are careful with that ball.
Hollywood is the best spin in the league. It's just beautiful to watch. He breaks that off for another 10 yards, and now they're hurrying up. I don't like this formation for a 2-minute drill, but see what kind of passes they have out of it.
Looks like a max protect set, and that one's dropped. Trying to hit Siege Falco over the middle. Incomplete pass. It'll be just under a minute to go. 2nd down and 10. Clint Hendershot with the breakup.
And Atlanta's got to be careful. They're in field goal range right now. Don't make the mistake that unfortunately E.T. King has, and just chuck the ball up for grabs and throw a pick. Get your 3 points and take it to the half at worst.
Matt, Marcus Dunhill actually had his best game of the season last week in the win at Seattle. 35 of 43, 375 yards, 4 touchdowns. Did have 1 pick, though. 81% completion percentage for a whole game. Dunhill to throw, side-arming this one to BDG Hollywood. I was waiting for the spin on that one, but, they're going to give him a 3rd down in inches. I thought for sure he was past the stick.
Man, that's everything about Hollywood. That man has just some insane acceleration. Look at him catch this ball. He's at top speed in no time. And I don't know about that. It's close. Looked like he was past the marker, but maybe he stepped out earlier. I can't tell. Look at that line.
Ryan Yosef with the tackle, the strong safety for the Wildcats.
Good run here. Get the first down, call a timeout.
Dunhill to throw, throwing over the middle, and that one's incomplete, and down goes the ref. Trying to hit Siege Falco. That one's incomplete. 4th down and inches. And yeah, Matt, I agree. I would have just ran Hollywood up the middle, or even Mitchell O'Brien, the fullback, who has no carries at all on the season. That would have been a good opportunity for carry number 1.
Yeah, now we'll see. They still could go for it. Although I don't like this running formation. Maybe they're just going to try to drop him off sides.
Hollywood in the back. Mitchell O'Brien in front of him to the right. And it looks like they are going to burn a timeout, just trying to see if they can get the Wildcat defense to jump. And they could not.
Well, I usually don't like that, but if you're going to burn a timeout to try to draw a team off sides, that's the time to do it. You don't take them home with you for the next half. So try it. Didn't work. All right, get your kicker out there, get your 3, and then kick it back to Chicago. As long as you don't let out a big return, Chicago will probably just run this into halftime.
Shane Short on for his 2nd field goal try of the night. This will be his 8th kick attempt on the season. This one from 33 yards out from the right hash. High snap is brought down. Kick is on its way, and it is good from 33. Atlanta taking their first lead of the ball game. And Matt, were you expecting death by 1,000 field goals tonight, or what did you think we were in for?
Well, I said Chicago had to keep it close. They have a good defense, so they have been doing that. But man, they could be up. They could be up 14-3 if King hadn't thrown the picks he has, or they would at least probably have the lead. But they got to tamper those down.
Both of these teams great in the running game. They both have top 10 rushing offenses. Atlanta, the number 4 offense in rushing yards per game. Chicago, number 7. Rushing touchdowns, Atlanta is 3rd in the league with 8, and Chicago is 6th with 7.
It's close.
But on the flip side of that, Matt, the defenses for both of these teams are fantastic at stopping the run. Atlanta only averages allowing 100 yards a game. That's good for 7th in the league. In Chicago, this is what BDG Hollywood's going up against. He's going up against the number 3 rushing defense, 82.3 yards per game allowed, and they've only allowed 3 rushing touchdowns all season long. So we'll see how this unfolds in the second half. Ash Odom taking that handoff and rumbling up to the 32-yard line, and we will see Chicago call their first timeout.
I wouldn't think 3 yards would be enough to say, "Hey, let's go," but maybe it is enough for Chicago. If they go air, they got to be careful not to throw a pick, because they could give the ball back to the Swarm and they could make a big play and kick another field goal. So we'll see if they're just going to run it again, or if this timeout was meant to set up the pass.
Second down and 7, 37 seconds to go. Odom takes the handoff up the middle and can't quite get to the first down marker. 30 seconds to go, and they'll go into the hurry up.
Interesting. We might see some action here.
King will hand the ball off to Odom again. Odom gets the first down and more, up to the 44, and now in Hail Mary range.
I think we're going to see another Odom run and a timeout and a Hail Mary.
We do indeed see the Odom run. No timeout yet, but I would imagine that's coming up in just a second here, Matt. There it is.
Oh my gosh. Come on, Chicago. You got to have an audible out of that play. You can't just run. Mistakes are killing the game.
Coach Varner on the sideline.
Yeah.
Looks like that might be the conversation that's being had, Matt.
Although the coach can call a timeout. You can't blame it all on your quarterback. But anyways, let's see if.
I find that it's usually the quarterback's fault when things are going wrong.
Of course you would.
E.T. King takes the snap, pump fake, pressure coming, and launches it deep downfield into the red zone and nearly picked.
Oh, no. Almost.
That'll be how the first half of action wraps up, and Matt will take a look at the first half stats and highlights, although there's not going to be a whole heck of a lot, as hey, we've only got 9 points on the board between two teams. What do you think?
I mean, Chicago's got the score where they want it. The problem is we're going to see is just the turnovers. Right there, 2-zip. Chicago has more yards, more time of possession. But again, 3 points and 2 turnovers. And one was deep in the red zone.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just been a game of field goals going back and forth. Chicago was able to score on their first drive of the ball game, a 12-play, 67-yard drive, resulting in that field goal right there. Atlanta would go 3 and out on their next possession. Chicago would get the ball back after a few plays. They'd also punt. Atlanta would get the ball, an 11-play, 67-yard drive, resulted in that field goal, a career long for Shane Short at 47 yards out. Chicago, 6 plays, 58 yards, would end in a pick.
Right here.
There she be. Atlanta would get the ball back and go 8 plays, 36 yards. They would have to punt away. Chicago would get the ball back, and then guess what, Matt? Picked again.
Right there.
Yeah, picks again. Atlanta would get the ball back on that interception. They would get some points off turnovers, Matt, a high snap, but they would make this field goal right here. And, like you said, not only is it the turnovers that can define the outcome of a ball game, but the points off turnovers is really what seals the deal.
Yeah, Chicago just has to clean it up. Can't let any more big points off turnovers, like you said, and if they're going to win, they have to be cleaner and maybe force a turnover from Atlanta. That looks difficult, but nothing's impossible.
Anthony Cece on to kick the ball off to get the second half started. Chain gang needs to get out of the way. What are they doing? My goodness. Dave Axis back at his own one. I don't even know what you were going to say there. Oh, getting the cold shoulder. Dave Axis getting leveled. And Matt, the Chicago Wildcat rushing defense, you can see it there. It's gotten progressively better since season 11. They were 14th and 10th. Last season, they were second in the league, allowing only 70 yards per game. This season, 82.3, like I mentioned, they're third in the league. They're just not going to let BDG Hollywood running this one. It's just not going to happen.
Well, here he goes again, so we'll find out.
On the field. And this is one way to get Hollywood involved that can defeat this rushing defense and allow him to use that spin move in space, Matt. First down and 10 from the 36-yard line. That spin is deadly.
Chicago blitz. That's the way to beat the blitz with the screen pass. And yeah, there's no one. Nice block by 7-4. Little spin and then a block shed by Hollywood. He's got a little bit of everything going on. That's why he's one of the best.
BDG Hollywood in the first half ran the ball 12 times for 36 yards. On the flip side of that, he's gone over 40 yards through the air. So getting involved in multiple ways. Hollywood takes a handoff. Oh, tripped at the line. Wow. Did you see that? I thought he was going to get through, but Ryan Yosef came up from the safety position, got behind the line of scrimmage, and barely got a hand on his ankle and brought him down.
And again, going off tackle, didn't pay off. It's been more the swing routes and the inside runs that have been better for Hollywood.
Dunhill checks it down to Hollywood. Spinning past one. Can't spin past two, though. Jesse Vick tried to get him. Couldn't bring him down, but had some help. And third down and 4 coming up.
This is where you want to go to your out. You've been throwing it all game long. Just make sure it's in bounds, and you should pick up the first.
Atlanta on a 3-game winning streak, winning in Seattle 31-27 last week, looking to continue winning tonight. Dunhill to throw, pressure coming.
Yep.
Out route to Siege Falco, and a first down up to the 49-yard line.
There was no one over Falco, over the slot, so that out route is just so open. If they were playing a press man, it wouldn't be so easy, but Atlanta dialed up the right play for that defense, and their drive continues.
Split backs in the backfield for the Swarm. 4 on the line for the Wildcats. Dunhill looks, short pass over the middle, and that one is caught and then immediately tackled. Tackled or just straight up mugged Ron Hoff with the hit. Boo Chisholm with the catch.
Still a 4-yard gain, though. I would call that a productive play. Gives Hollywood a rest, and might be seeing him again shortly. Chicago's had his number in these kinds of formations.
Yeah, we've seen this a few times tonight, Matt, and it so far hasn't worked out that well unless they do this, which this has worked out. Not that time. Wrapped up right at the line. No gain on the play. Jesse Vick with the tackle. 51 viewers with us on the For the Fans Twitch page at twitch.tv/FTF Next. Appreciate all of you being here. If you would like to join in on the live chat taking place between players, owners, coaches, fans, visit twitch.tv/FTF Next. Hollywood takes a handoff on third down and gains only a yard. That'll bring an end to the drive after Clint Hendershot makes the tackle.
Yeah, if there's been, Chicago's picks have been my head scratcher for Atlanta's. They've run a lot on 3rd and 4 and 3, and it has not paid off for them yet. And they're giving Chicago an opportunity here.
Yeah. Chris Smith on to punt for the Swarm. Davius Reed standing back near his own goal line to receive this. Comes up to the 12-yard line. And runs straight up, and he lowered his head right into that man's chest. My goodness. 17-yard line is where Chicago will take back over on offense after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. (6-3) the score in this one. Atlanta with the lead, but Chicago has the ball. They haven't scored since the very first possession of the ball game. There's been 10 drives between these two teams since then. Trying to get it done here. Going deep down the left-hand side and overthrows his target. Incomplete
King.
pass.
I mean, that's not a pick, but that's a big mistake. That could have been 6. Got a
King
little
13
excited.
of 17, 91 yards in the first half. 76% completion percentage, but Matt, 2 picks.
And a big overthrow.
And a big overthrow there to start the second half.
You're not running the ball at all, man. I'm surprised.
King to throw again, steps up, pressure coming, down he goes, sacked on the play back at the 11-yard line. Joshua Williams with the sack. Matt, he's had quite the season so far. 10 sacks, now 11. That's good for 4th place in the league. He's also got 15 total tackles for a loss. The sacks are included in that number, but that's good for 5th place in the league. He's just constantly in the backfield.
That's a hungry boy right there.
6'4", 305-pound Josh Williams. He landed on you a few times. King throws the pass down the right sideline. That one's caught to keep the drive alive. Liam Hammer with his 2nd career reception, and that will once again be a first down, Matt. All that Hammer does is catch first down passes.
It's Hammer time.
It's Hammer time. Oh, no.
Yeah, Hammer's been a reliable target when they've gone to him. Maybe E.T. King should look more his way.
Trips formation to the bottom of the screen. King making a change to the play at the line. King to throw, pressure right in his face. My goodness, but gets it to Shane Varner up at the top of the screen, and that's good for a first down to the 44-yard line.
Shane Varner, a little more nimble than you, Mike. A little of a smaller build. Was able to turn the corner, unlike you, not like the Titanic.
Where is all this hate coming from?
I'm just saying, different tight ends bring different strengths, and
he's more nimble than you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matt. Sheesh. I formation. I'm so discouraged now. Josh Williams wraps up Ash Odom right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play. For those of you who are watching this for the first time, what are you watching? Simulation Football League is the first controllerless esport that allows you, the viewer, to participate in all the action on the field without a controller in your hands. You can visit simulation.football for details on how to get started with a team and in the league. It's a great opportunity for people who want to be able to play football and either can't or just are lazy like me and don't want to. King over the middle, and that one's picked off yet again. Coming back the other way, all the way inside the 40, is Aaron Lee with his 2nd pick of the night, and that's going to set up the Swarm in great starting field position.
E.T. phone home, what are you doing? Right over the middle of the field, the safeties are deep. They're just sitting there waiting, and I think 3 Swarm could have caught that ball.
Well, you did tell him to go to Liam Hammer again, and he did, and it didn't work out. So I blame you.
Thanks.
Once again, the quarterback causing the issues.
He's just got to make better decisions. Unfortunately, didn't see 3 Swarm.
Oh, I specifically meant you.
Oh.
Dunhill in the gun, 5 receiver set. Pressure coming. Dunhill down the right sideline. That one is caught. Siege Falco gets it down to the 7-yard line. We have a first down and goal, Atlanta.
I think Downhill is showing King how to throw the deep route. He goes to the sidelines. Look at this throw. Look at the oof. Up only where his receiver can grab it. Falco with a nice grab, and now could get out of hand. I mean, if they score a touchdown here, the way Chicago has been moving the ball, the explosive offense of the Swarm might start to show here a little bit.
2 receivers lined up to the top of the screen. Dunhill under center. Dunhill will throw. Siege Falco takes the out route, tries to lean towards the goal line and gets tackled right at the one.
Right at the knees.
What was that sound? My goodness.
I can't feel my legs, but that hurt my knees.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
Second down and goal from the 1. Hollywood licking his chops. Dunhill to throw. That one's picked off. Throws it. Oh, gosh, that was well covered by Ryan Yosef, the rookie safety, with his first career interception.
The rookies are making plays. The receiver for Chicago, and now Yosef just reading the quarterback and running the route for the receiver. That's a great play for the Wildcats to keep them in this game.
Absolutely. So Chicago will get the ball back and another shot at it after this. We'll be back. Stay with us. And welcome back to Chicago. So no harm, no foul after that turnover. E.T. King threw a pick, and Marcus Dunhill tried to throw one into the end zone instead of handing it off to Hollywood and threw a pick himself. Ash Odom takes the swing route and gets up to the 24-yard line where he is tackled. 2nd down and 4. And Matt, are you surprised at that play call on the goal line?
I bet seeing that light front, I would have just run Hollywood. Actually, pretty much no matter what, give him a chance to make a play, maybe twice, and then if you have to throw it on 3rd down, you do. But to me, that's the guy that kind of totes the rock, makes the offense go, and they didn't give him a shot.
King to throw on 2nd down and 6. Dumps it down to Odom, and Odom's able to get 4 on that one. 3rd down and 2 coming up. 3 minutes, 37 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
I would love to see a swing pass here to Odom, pick up these 2 yards. It's kind of a long 2, so they are spreading the defense out, which I like, but I'm not sure. We'll see what Ash can do.
King drops back, fires down to the bottom of the screen, and that one is broken up, incomplete. Jack Napier in on the coverage. It'll be a 4th down and 2, and they will have to punt this one away.
And unlike the play where King overthrew his man, this one just seemed to be in the air forever.
It just floated. Napier could have easily picked this one off and brought it to the house.
Yeah, when you get an out route like that, you got to throw it before he turns, so the ball's right there. And he waited a little too long and didn't throw enough mustard on it, so that's a big opportunity lost for Chicago.
Darren Franklin on to punt for Chicago. Dave Axis will take this one at the 33-yard line. Spins up to the 37, and that is where the Atlanta Swarm will take back over on offense after 2 drives ended in picks and then a quick 3 and out. Decent starting field position once again for the Swarm. Marcus Dunhill, 19 of 22 on the night, 175 yards and a pick. No passing touchdowns for either of these quarterbacks, but a combined 4 interceptions between them.
No touchdowns, period, for anybody.
No touchdowns anywhere in this game. Dunhill to throw, fires over the middle, and that one is caught by Siege Falco. Now, Matt had mentioned how much Falco was heavily used last week. He's being heavily used this week. Again, the leading receiver on either squad, 7 catches for over 70, actually over 80 yards at this point.
And Falco, throwing it right through the middle like King, but unlike King, he found the open man, the nice large window, and 1st down Atlanta. Let's see if now they're going to give Hollywood the ball in a heavy set, or they're going to dump a screen.
Offset I formation. Hollywood will take the handoff and tackled in the backfield. Brought down for a loss. Gerald Giudicelli in on the tackle.
I didn't even see him. Watching Hollywood, all of a sudden he's tackled. Like, what happened? No.
How do you not see Gerald Giudicelli? He is 6'5" and 285 pounds.
He's not 300.
He's like a ninja out there at 6'5".
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God. Dunhill to pass. Pressure coming once again. Down he goes. Brought down and sacked back at the 48-yard line. There's Giudicelli again. Did you see him coming that time, Matt? Did you see him?
Oh, I saw the pocket collapse, so I knew it had to be one of the DTs. And yeah, that's not a good look for Dunhill. 2 negative plays in a row for the Swarm, and this drive's threatened to be squashed just like
Drew
a horse.
DeCessi now with 6 sacks on the season and double-digit tackles for a loss. The rookie third-round pick was picked number 59 overall. Right down near the very bottom of the draft, but making a huge impact already. On 3rd and 19, they throw a 1-yard pass to BDG Hollywood, and that'll bring up a 4th and 18, and another end to another drive for Atlanta.
Just more pressure up the middle, and Dunhill had no choice but to dump it down. And again, Mike, no harm, no foul, right? Chicago's going to get the ball back. Now it just depends how good this field position is going to be. At least the 10, I would say.
Chris Smith takes a snap, punts this one away. Taken back at the 9-yard line and brought down after a short gain. Well, actually, it was taken to the 15, my bad. Up to the 17-yard line. That is where they will take back over on offense after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fan. And welcome back to Chicago, Illinois, where we have a grand total of 9 points between two teams, Matt, late in the third quarter. Not a high-scoring game by anyone's imagination, not even in baseball's terms.
Kind of in baseball. 9 runs is a lot.
No. Terrible. Terrible. We need more points. Mike Improta takes that catch, getting involved in the ball game, gets upfield to the 21-yard line, gain of 4. 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Yeah, and Prota's been kind of quiet. That's, I think, his only second touch of the game. So, but it does keep Odom fresh, and now maybe they'll let him loose and he can pick up 4 yards. It'll set up a nice, 3rd and 2.
3 receiver set. King hits his tight end, Shan Varner, who then sidesteps a tackler and gets his way up to the 36-yard line, and that will probably bring us to the end of the third quarter.
Shan Varner dancing out there. I showing off the little stutter step here.
Well, he is more nimble than I.
That's for sure. I've never seen you do that. Little stop and go.
Quanah Shine taking advantage of his little stutter move there, hopping on his back and making the tackle. 3 quarters of action are in the books. Your score at the end of 3, Atlanta 6, Chicago 3. We will be back for the 4th quarter of action after this and see how this one wraps up. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fan. And welcome back to the Thunderdome in Chicago, Illinois for the Week 8 Game of the Week. I'm Mike Daggs in the booth with the Hall of Famer Matt Wilson. Gerald Smith with us, tracking the live game stats. Chicago on offense. Ash Odom takes the handoff, trucks through the first defender, and gets all the way up to the 43-yard line. Nice 7-yard run there for the running back.
Yeah, that's Odom's first long run in a while, and Chicago's going to need more of that this fourth quarter to try to win this game. That's a rating only a mother would love. And maybe not.
Matt being all sorts of salty tonight. You're just hating on everybody, including me, which we'll have some words after the ball game. 2nd down and 3. King to throw. Odom takes the catch. He had to pluck that one out of the sky and gets absolutely leveled by Aaron Lee. Matt, these running backs are two of the best in league history. Johnny English, the league's leading rusher with over 10,000 yards. Pete Bruschi and Ray Bentley also have over 10,000. Ray, congratulations on getting that last week. But then there you go, Ash Odom and BDG Hollywood at 4th and 5th most rushing yards in league history, both being stifled tonight, barely over 100 yards combined between the two of them.
Well, Odom's trying to make up for it on this drive. He's another decent run up the gut.
2nd down and 6. Coming up, visit sector6apparel.com for all league and team apparel, including hoodies, t-shirts, team jerseys, and more. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and there's a pro hoodie that Atlanta has that's absolutely one of my favorite in the league. It's a beautiful hoodie. Look at that tackle for a loss. That Josh Williams? Indeed it is. Josh Williams busting through the line and wrapping Odom up for a loss. 3rd down and 10.
Well, one good TFL deserves another, and we saw that with Hollywood on the last drive, and Atlanta's like, well, we can do that too.
4 wide on 3rd down. King to throw, looking out route to the top. That one is caught, but momentum will carry him out of bounds. Liam Hammer with the catch. 4th down and 5, and yet another drive is going to end in a punt, Matt.
And the Atlanta sideline was jumping up and down like crazy. I think they were very excited to stop Chicago there, as would I. So, got to hope for Chicago's sake that they can corner this punt to make Atlanta have to go the wrong ways.
Punt is away. Dave Axis will let this bounce at
dangerous.
the 10 yet again. Matt, he did this earlier.
What
and
is
they
he
were pinned
doing?
back at the 5. He's a rookie. This one downed at the 7-yard line, so 93 yards out in front of Marcus Dunhill and the offense, trying to maintain this 3-point lead. I mean, it seems like it's just been an absolute defensive slugfest. Interceptions going back and forth, mainly going in Atlanta's favor there. But it's still anyone's ball game. I mean, one touchdown and either one of these teams has, at least a touchdown lead, if not more, depending on who scores. BDG Hollywood, just more of the same for him. 15 of 35. 15 carries, 35 yards. The carry there goes for
I was
nothing.
going to say, is he suddenly playing quarterback?
Yes, it couldn't hurt to give it a shot. We need to make some sort of change up here to see if we can get something going. Dunhill to throw. Quick pass over the middle. To Boo Chisholm. Catches the ball at the 22-yard line, gets the first down inside 8 minutes to go in the ball game.
Well, Dunhill heard you loud and clear. Did not like what you had to say and threw a nice slant or post for a first down. And this drive will continue.
Siege Falco, 7 catches for 88 yards on the night. Standing up at the top of your screen, BDG Hollywood takes the handoff and down he goes. Buddy Blaze tackles him right at the line of scrimmage. Look at this, the league's best, Matt. Marcus Dunhill with that league-leading quarterback rating of 104.1. Just shy of 2,000 yards coming into tonight's game. He has over 2,000 now on the season. 74% completion percentage, which he's actually still doing better than that tonight with 88%, but not not winning by a whole heck of a lot right here as that pass goes over the middle for a short gain. It'll be a 3rd down and 3. Follow the Simulation Football League on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and more at Simulation FL. Make sure to catch more content like the Kramer Show, game highlights, and more by subscribing to our YouTube channel. That way you won't miss a moment of the action when we're not on television. Dunhill under center for this 3rd down and 3. Dunhill to throw, pressure coming, nearly got hit, but he got the pass away, and he is good for a 1st down. Boo Chisholm with the catch.
Yeah, pressure was coming, got it down to Chisholm, and he clearly had 2 feet in. That clock's becoming a factor, Mike. It feels like this game hasn't been that long. It's only an hour 14, but we're nearing the end, and Chicago D has to step up again.
Clock keeps on running. The whole defense right there. On the line of scrimmage, BDG Hollywood takes the catch, brings it up to the 41-yard line. 2nd down and 3 coming up. 52 viewers in the chat. You can join the live chat going on at twitch.tv/FTFnext. Even have the guy who runs the SFL's social media platforms, Andy Hamilton. He wanted you to say hi to him, Matt, and I see how you ignored him.
Yep.
Hollywood takes a handoff and gets the 1st down. That'll keep the clock moving and the chains moving as they get another 1st down at the 45-yard line.
Dramatic pause.
I guess. I'm not quite sure what that was. BDG Hollywood, man, look at those stats. 18 carries, 37 yards. He's averaging only 2 yards per carry. Not having himself a great night. Tries again on this one and loses yards. Wrapped up by Ryan Yosef and Eagle Mondavi, both players playing in their 1st game for Chicago. Chicago actually kind of had a little bit of a roster upheaval this past week. They brought in 5 new players between Liam Hammer on offense and then Eagle Mondavi on defense, Buddy Blaze, Mickey McGuire. There's all sorts of new guys here.
Wait,
That
what was
somehow
that?
caught. I don't even know what just happened there other than it was somehow hauled in by
please
Dave
give me
Axis.
a replay truck. Let's see. Axis on the post.
That
Oh,
was not even Axis. What on earth just happened?
There's a deflection caught by Axis. Look at that. He just grabs the ball. I mean,
Pass
that's
was intended
huge...
pass was intended for Casey Morgan and actually bounced out of his hands. Dave Axis says, "Don't mind if I do." Takes it out of the sky and runs it all the way up to the 46-yard line. Will give Atlanta a 3rd down and 1 instead of what would have been a very difficult 3rd and long. Dunhill gets the pass off to Siege Falco. Another 1st down. 4 minutes, 39 seconds to go. The clock keeps on moving, Matt.
What a play from Axis. More like the Axis of evil if you're a Chicago fan. That could have set the Wildcats up for another drive, but not yet. And Dunhill and the offense just milking this clock. Tick, tick, tick.
Hollywood takes the handoff up the middle. Tackled right at the line. I feel like I've said that exact same line 17,000 times tonight. Buddy Blaze with another tackle in his 1st game as a Wildcat.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen Hollywood tackle behind, at, or for just a 1-yard gain for so many times ever. And so good on Chicago's defense. They just have to stop the pass game, it looks like, at this point, and the screen game.
Dunhill letting as much time tick off the clock as possible as they want to run this one down already. BDG Hollywood takes the swing route, spins past the defender and gets up to the 21-yard line. 3:30 to go. Matt, that's going to take at least a couple minutes off the clock and bring us down probably to the 2-minute warning on this drive. And Matt, honestly, a field goal could seal it. Crazy Eights 2000 mentioned that in the chat. He goes, a field goal could seal it, and definitely could, as seemingly nobody can score touchdowns in this game.
Or they could run the clock all the way down and score a touchdown, and that would seal the game. Atlanta's got a lot of options here. tick,
Tick, tick, tick goes the clock. Jenks Dunhill swings it to Hollywood.
Oh!
Hollywood sidesteps to the defender and gets inside the 10-yard line. First down and goal, Atlanta. The last time we had a first down and goal, Dunhill threw a pick. Let's see if the same thing happens.
Oh my gosh, the sick juke. Just set someone down. That we're just not going to say his name because that was pretty embarrassing.
Word in from League Commissioner Cameron Irvine, 6-3 is the lowest scoring game in league history. Points could be coming in this one pretty soon, but like I said, the last time they were in this position, Dunhill threw it right back to the Wildcats. Hollywood takes the handoff, wrapped up at the 10, brought down by Clint Hendershot. Second down and goal from the 9.
Yeah, Chicago's weakness seems to be the Hollywood screen. So if Atlanta wants to do something, I would think pretty smart, just dump it down to Hollywood, let him see if he can spin or juke his way into the end zone.
Probably see a handoff here that will bring us to the 2-minute warning as more time ticks off the clock. Hollywood once again, my goodness, tackled for a loss. Brought down in the backfield like he has been all night. He might end with negative rushing yards on the stat line, Matt. It's crazy.
This is just, I've never seen anything like it.
Well, that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. We'll have to see how this one wraps up. I'd like to say stick around for the exciting conclusion, but I don't know what's going to happen here. We'll find out after this. Atlanta 6, Chicago 3. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Don't go anywhere. All right, and we're back here in Chicago. Third down and goal. The defense on the crowd on their feet, willing their defense to get a stop. Dunhill in the gun. Trips formation to the top. Dunhill to pass, looking towards the end zone, and that one's intercepted yet again. Just like last time, Jesse Vick gets another interception.
Oh, Vic. Oh, my gosh. Just went for kind of a post in the end zone, post corner, and just gets picked. Oh, no.
Well,
now
that
Chicago.
answered that question, Matt. Is it going to be an exciting finish? Yes, it is.
That's why I said it's always an exciting finish in the SFL.
I got so much hate on that commercial break. It was
You deserved it.
King to throw. Fires over the middle to Stan Varner, and he gets the first down up to the 32-yard line. Maybe Chicago's just been waiting for their one and only touchdown drive right here. 3 wide and split backs in the backfield. That's all you need to do. Or you can throw it to the Ash Odom. Odom trucking his way through the middle of the defender and getting up to the 40.
Chicago on the move. They got 3 timeouts. They got time. Just keep running your offense. It's working great so far.
Odom takes the pass and trucks his way up to the 44, gets out of bounds and gets a first down.
As they used to say with Ray Bentley, taking souls. I think he took 2 on that possession alone. And Chicago's driving. They only need 3 points for the overtime.
Well, Andy Hamilton in the chat says, I smell overtime. I don't know what it smells like, but it can't be good.
Everything, chicken?
Yes, overtime smells like chicken, Matt.
Delicious.
E.T. King drops back, caught. Hauled in all the way up at the 42-yard line.
The Hammer.
Liam Hammer with 4 catches on the night, Matt. He's making a big impact in his
It's
first
Hammer
game.
time.
If it goes to
What?
overtime, you need to start saying, "Can't touch this."
I will.
Something to look forward to or fear. We're not sure. King to throw, standing at midfield.
Oh,
as
the
he
ball.
released and it's wobbling through the air, nearly picked off.
Oh.
Aaron Lee was sprinting over to it, trying to get that one. Couldn't quite haul it in.
King had a man at the top of the screen way earlier than that. Didn't locate him in time. By the time he did, he could have been the game-ending pick, but luckily it was out of bounds, and Chicago's got 3 more shots.
Last time that we had a 3-6 ball game was February 1st, 2016. The New York City Sailors had 6 and the San Francisco Bulldogs had 3. Thank you, Cam, for that stat. King going deep down the right side, picked off again at the 20-yard line. Aaron Lee almost got one on the last play and did get that one.
King
Now Atlanta
doing?
has the lead and the ball back.
What is going on? Where is he throwing the ball? There's nobody there. Oh. 3 swarm in the area again. Someone better trash that play. It's
Now
not-
Chicago's going to have to burn all their timeouts as Atlanta has the ball, and they're just going to hand this one off, Matt.
Oh, man. I mean, good news for a Swarm fan. I always root for an exciting game, but they might have it in the bag. All it needs is one Hollywood down.
Hollywood's going to get the first down here and more. Getting up past midfield inside the 40-yard line, tackled at the 38, and Chicago burns their first timeout right there.
I think that's GG. Hollywood tried to make a stat line look better. That's the best run of the day, and I guess it couldn't come at a better time sealing the game here. Great blocking by his offensive line, and Hollywood just running down the sidelines. Breaks a tackle, keeping the ball safe, keeping the ball inbounds.
BDG Hollywood with his longest run of the night right there, 34 yards, giving him 67 on the game, more than half of his yards coming right there on that last carry.
And Mike, it's your favorite play in football.
The kneel down. Dunhill takes the knee, and Chicago will have to burn their second timeout.
Oof.
38 seconds to go in this one, 2nd down and 12. One more knee will get them to 3rd down, and then one more knee after that should be all it takes for Atlanta to get the win in this one.
So is this now, if this score holds, is it the lowest scoring game in SFL history?
It would tie the lowest scoring game, the one from February 1st, 2016. The New York City Sailors 6, San Francisco Bulldogs 3, and now the Atlanta Swarm 6, Chicago Wildcats 3. Just not exactly what we expected coming into tonight's game.
I said a low scoring game favored Chicago, and they had about 9 opportunities. They just couldn't get it done. Too many picks.
E.T. King with 4 interceptions on the night. Marcus Dunhill with 2. Neither quarterback could find the end zone. Neither running back could find the end zone. Thank
Neither
goodness
defense
for
could
the
find
kickers.
the end zone.
Yeah. Yep. Neither one
kicker
could
find the end zone. I don't run out of players.
hand it to the kicker. Who knows? Atlanta's going to improve to 7-1 on their impressive season. Chicago is going to fall to 4-4. They'll be 500 after 8 weeks of play. Next up for Chicago, they'll hit the road next week and head to Houston to take on the Hyenas. For Atlanta, they'll return home next week. They will play host to a rejuvenated St. Louis Gladiators, Matt, coming off a 2-game win streak of their own. Your final score in this one, Atlanta 6, Chicago 3. Matt, your final thoughts in this one?
I'm looking for touchdowns, and I seem to have lost. I mean, Chicago, just the turnovers, man. You get the ball at midfield. You only need about 14 yards for a field goal to tie the game at minimum, and you just throw it like that. Just throw it away. Oh, it's gotta be a heartbreaker. But if you're a Chicago fan, you had it. You just couldn't get it done.
When you have as nearly as many turnovers as you have points, that speaks to the complete nature of the ball game.
You have
6-3. your
More
final
turnovers for
score.
Chicago than points.
Yeah, this is true. Chicago scores 3 points and has 4 turnovers. That's how you lose the ball game. And yeah, not only is this the lowest scoring game in a long time, since 2016, but Matt, these teams have now played each other 5 times. All 5 times they've played, neither team has ever scored even single-digit points, let alone 6 or 3. They've always put up double digits, usually over 20. There was only one game out of the 4 previous times these teams met where one of the teams scored less than 20, and that was the Atlanta Swarm in a loss to Chicago 16-22 back in 2017. So
either team would have taken either of those scores tonight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Crazy low scoring game. Your player of the game. Look at those stats, Matt. 23 attempts, 63 yards. He also had 94 yards. Yeah, that's what got it done. That'll do it for us here from Chicago. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. For Matt Wilson, Gerald Smith, our commissioner and producer, Cameron Irvine, and everyone here at the Simulation Football League, I'm Mike Dagg saying thank you for joining us, and good night, everybody. Stay tuned for our next game starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be the Tulsa Desperados at the Mexico City Aztecs. We'll see you there.